All right, what we're going to go through today, there is not 17 steps, I counted them today, 16 steps, plus there's some other stuff in there as well. Okay, so I feel like there's more than 17 steps. I think that's on the run sheet, I'm not sure. But we're going to flow through some of John Maxwell's stuff, we're going to flow through some of Simon Sinek's stuff, some of the best leaders that I believe give out great content, we're going to go through that. Okay, and we're going to try and compile it together for some of their best stuff. I always say, like reading a book, okay? You know, there's always the 80-20 rule. So 20% of the book is full of the information, 80% of the book is shit, okay? So I'm trying to give you the 20% that's going to give you the 80% of the result across about 6 or 7 books. Okay, guys? And that's with every single book. So whenever you go and read a book, you have to realize that 80% is going to be pretty shit. So you just got to go through the book and find the 20%. And it'll make you start reading faster as well. If you know what you want to take out of the book before you start reading the book it becomes easy to read. So leadership. With this, the first thing that we think is probably the best thing is the law of essentially intention. Now, there's 8 misconceptions about growth. And the reason why we talk about ourselves to start with, you know, it's leading yourself before you lead anyone else. Because one of the things, I don't even have it in here, is the law of the lid that John Maxwell talks about. You are the capped potential of your team. If you are here, they can never go past you. Your goal is to grow to here so you can get them to here. So you are essentially the bottleneck that is holding them back. So if we have the law of intention, you must grow for your company to grow. Okay, this is it. It will only grow as big as you do. Your team will only grow as better as you do. So you have to grow yourself first. This is step 1 of leadership. So when we're looking at this, the assumption gap, it's like, I assume I will automatically grow, right? It's not the truth, right? You pastors, unless you focus on growth for yourself, your personal development, your leadership, your management skills, your sales, it doesn't happen. Time doesn't make you better. Time sometimes makes you worse because now you're just tireder and probably more irritable. So with this, guys, in 5 years' time, you don't just become better because you've been in your industry. You become better if you try and become mastery in your industry. So you should constantly trying to evolve. Read that book a week or read that book a month. Okay? Read as much as you possibly can. You must consume knowledge. Like you must. Like it's not I might read something today or I might watch something or I might listen to an Audible book. It's not a should, it's a must. You have to change your standards on this. It's purely changing a standard. I should read a book. It's like, no, I must read a book every month as a minimum on my industry. Or if you're the business owner, okay, and you're not the technician anymore, I must read a book every month on trying to grow my business. And you get your manager, who is still probably the technician or looking after the technical people, they must read a book every month on being a technician. Okay? As Amanda's alarm, she's got to go read a book. So with this, set an alarm, guys, if you need to read a book. Set yourself a reminder. Now with this, the next one is the knowledge gap. I don't know how to grow, okay? Like, I actually have the people saying, I don't know how to get better at sales. I'm like, okay, have you got Google? Do you have Google? Yes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, have you ever been on YouTube? Yes? Awesome. There's 2 things that are going to teach you how to grow right now. Go on YouTube and go, okay, what are the key components of sales? And something will come up. It'll be like rapport building. It'll be like conversion. It'll be like problem solving. You're like, fantastic. Now I've got the 3 components of sales. And it's like, get the Google and put YouTube as you Google it. Best YouTube video on rapport building. All of a sudden the best one comes up. Okay? And you go, look, okay, there's a couple of views on that. Read the comments. Awesome. Lots of comments. Positive. I'm going to spend my time watching and listening to this guy or this female. And watch it. Write notes. All of a sudden, you're better at rapport building. Like, don't say you don't know how to grow. Google. Best sales books of all time. Okay? Top of Google. They pop up. This is how I do it. Okay? It's like, okay, buy. Now set deadlines to read those books. I'm going to read the top 5 sales books of all time in the next 30 days. Yes.
Do you take notes on every book?
100%. 100%. That's why listening to an audio book, if you're doing it in the car and you can't take notes, you have to listen to it again while you are taking notes. You can take knowledge in subconsciously, and then when you listen to it the second time and you're actually writing the notes, it's like, cool. Like, I remember this part. That annoys the hell out of me, okay, because I don't like doing things twice. So doing that, I like to read, I like to take notes. So I like to read, write notes. I'll look at about, I don't know, about 1 or 2 paragraphs. Like, I look at a chapter, I open a book. So this is how I read, right? When we're looking at don't know how to grow, I'll tell you how to grow. I look at a book, I read the back, look at the contents, I'll be like, okay, which chapters do I think is going to give me the best? Okay, there's 12 chapters. These 5 I'm going to look into. Okay, what do I want out of these 5? Bang, bang, bang. End of the book, half a page on this chapter, half a page on this chapter, and I have 3 pages from the book that I wanted to take away from it. Okay, it takes me about 60 minutes to consume a book. Awesome, happy days. I know how to grow now. And I didn't put that shit off for 4 weeks to read a book. You can read a book in a night. Okay? You didn't read all the book, but all the book is full of shit. Okay? Just take the stuff out of the book that's going to serve you and what you want. It's like, I'm going to read the best sales book all the time. No one wants to talk to me after the first 5 minutes. Okay, you suck at rapport. Okay? Go read all the contents. Okay, find 5 books, all on rapport. Read the notes, write them all on rapport. Emotional intelligence, tonality, body language, fantastic, awesome. Pacing, using the same words that they're using. Great, now I can be great at rapport. Okay, now I'm going to master that. It's like, okay, now they're staying with me on the conversation that is sales. I get to the end, I can't even close them. Get those books back out. Read all the parts on closing. Write the notes. Now using your closing techniques you've just learned, okay? The goal is, guys, like they did a study, if you're reading 1 book at a time, you're actually worse off. You should try and read like 5 to 6 to 7 books at a time. You'll actually consume better information like that. So you don't have to read, I'm just going to read this book, and then I'm going to read it for the next 60 days. Okay, no, like read 6 books over the next 60 days because you want a variety of knowledge. One of the human needs is variety. So now you're consuming multiple knowledge, and when you essentially grow, you can share. So growth, contribution, and you can contribute back to society on a deeper level. So don't ever tell me you don't know how to grow. Like, you have everything at essentially your disposal. You're choosing not to grow because you have bullshit excuses. And that's at the end of the day, right? Like, you go, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money. Well, YouTube's free, and you do have enough time because it's 24 hours in a day. You're choosing to allocate your time on other tasks. If you want, you could sacrifice those tasks and allocate that time on growth. So whether that be seeing your friends, sacrifice your friends. Whether that be seeing whatever, sacrifice that. Whether that be going to the gym, sacrifice that. Whether it be whatever it is, sacrifice. You must sacrifice for success. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's time. If you have more money, sacrifice that. If you have no money, it has to be time. Does that make sense? Awesome. So, we now know how to grow. The timing gap, it's not the right time to begin. It's like the people, it's like, I just want to get fit before I go to the gym, right? Like, all right. If that's your thing, makes no sense whatsoever. You go to the gym to get fit. Or it's like, oh yeah, I'll get you to coach. I just want to get a little bit more understanding. I want to try a few things myself first. It's not the right time because I want to try it myself. It's like, okay, so you want to fail and not do it the best way the first time, okay? It's not the smartest thing because everyone that we want to get people from A to B as fast as you possibly can. No matter what business, right? You want to try and make them save money. You want to try and make them save time. You want to try and make them feel great, okay? You want to get there as fast as you possibly can. So you need to educate them that it's the right time, it's right now, whether it be to grow yourself or grow anyone. The next one, the mistake gap. I'm afraid of making mistakes, okay? This kills most people. I don't want to try it because what if I screw up? Trust me, you are definitely going to screw up, okay? So just being afraid of the inevitable ain't going to help you because you're definitely going to screw up. I've screwed up so many times. We're re-releasing the Bali retreats. We screwed that up like a couple of years ago. But learn, mistake, move on. Like for us, we did 12 great retreats or 10 great retreats. okay? But we got the villa for a whole year, okay? We lost like $180,000. Crazy, massive mistake. But we had it for the whole year. That was our mistake. When we had the villa, for when we had it, okay, we made lots of money. Then over the next 9 months, we lost lots of money. Made money, lost money. Same time, we were like, oh, US currency. Oh, we couldn't get the equipment at the price we wanted in there. Instead of 10,000, it cost us 50,000. Then we sold it back to them for 10,000. Fucking Balinese. But with this, guys, they know how to get you. But with this, like, you make mistakes. But then you go, you're only an idiot if you don't learn from them. So for us, it's like, cool, we'll run 3 back-to-back in October. I'll put a post in our Facebook group. I'll say limited to 3 people per gym. I'll sell 54 retreats in like 24 hours. And like for us, like, because now we have size, it's easy. Scarcity, 3 in 200 members. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to act fast, okay? So you just have to do it differently. But we learn and we move on. And you have to learn, because mistakes are inevitable on a Facebook ad. Mistakes are inevitable on the way you run your business. Mistakes are inevitable on the way you talk to your partner. It doesn't mean you don't ever talk to your partner again, right? You just know it's like, okay, I won't say that. Liv, you always look amazing. The perfection gap, like, I'll be honest, I am the opposite of the perfection gap, but I gravitate to females because females are mostly struggle with the whole perfectionism thing, because they hold back, they'll hold back, because it just has to be just right? And it's just not a male thing. Males are super lazy. No, for nothing, like, well, I don't care if it's perfect because I don't have enough energy to make it perfect. Where females have all the energy in the world and they never want to release or never want to grow because it's just not right yet. But guys, when we look at it, nothing's ever going to be just right. Everything's going to be perfect, because when you think it's perfect, then you'll like release it. It's like, oh, it just wasn't perfect yet. I need to make it better, or my sales calls need to be better, or my ad, that picture could be better. I need to change the lighting, or change the copy, or change the text, or change the landing page. Like, oh, I need to change the offer. It's just not right. It's like, you just got to make mistakes, and then you just got to go, the imperfect is perfect, because perfection is actually action. The inspiration gap, I just don't feel like doing it right now. Guys, no one cares if you don't feel like doing it. You have a 4% chance of survival. If you don't feel like doing it, your competition is doing it. And that's why you end up being the loser and they end up being the winner. Like, the key thing with business owners, the key thing to success is, even when you don't feel like doing it, you do it, because that's what gets the result. That's what breeds consistency. That's what links the chain. I talked briefly about that Seinfeld strategy this morning, correct? Yes? No? No? Okay, I did a post on Instagram this morning, so I wasn't sure if I talked about Jerry Seinfeld, like obviously one of the best comedians or wealthiest comedians of all time. He had this strategy to overcome procrastination, okay? Because he's like, he has to write every single day. They get their jokes better and better and their set better and better. And to do this, he kept procrastinating. He's like, I'm not getting better right now, so I'm going to make it a game. And what he did is, I'm going to get essentially all the days of the month, all the 12 months of the year on one big whiteboard. I'm going to put it up on where I see it every single day. It's going to stare me in the face, okay? And I'm going to have to write for 1 hour jokes every day. And when I write 1 hour of jokes, I'll put a cross on today. And then tomorrow, I'll put a cross, because you do what you said you're going to do, right? Put a cross on today. And his goal was to make the chain of crosses as long as he could. And now it's a game. Because all of a sudden it's staring you in the face. And when you get like 4 crosses or 5 crosses, it's like, cool, I'm gonna see how long I can make this chain. And you're like 2 weeks in, it's like 14 days of crosses. Like, you're crushing content, you're in the zone. Because even if you don't want to do it, you do it anyway because you're playing the game, because you want to win the game. And the game's only with yourself, and people think you're crazy, but that's okay, you're an entrepreneur with like 4% survival, so you are crazy. So with this, you get the game, it's like 2 weeks, it's like 3 weeks of writing content. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this content is amazing, because consistency breeds results. It breeds mastery. And then you're like 23 days in, it's like, oh, I didn't do it today, whatever excuse you want to make, whatever happened. You slept for 24 hours. Then you're like, tomorrow I start again. I've got to beat 23. And my next goal is to get to 24. And at the end of the year, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this big whiteboard. And you've missed like 60 days of the year, maybe. Okay, you read for 300 days of the year, and you start to get mastery. You start to articulate your words better. You start to hit those punchlines better with your jokes. I do not do this, so I'm not the best comedian. If I get jokes than I have. But with this, guys, like you do it at whatever craft you want. Whatever you want to get mastery at. Whether that be changing your body, okay? And you put the X's to essentially, you know, every day I'm going to train and I wanted to get the chain as long as I can. Or whether it be writing copywriting for your ads. I'm going to write for 30 minutes every single day. Or whether it be sales calls, okay? I'm going to have 2 sales conversations every single day. Don't care if it's a Saturday. Don't care if it's a Sunday. I'm going to talk to 2 people every single day. I'm going to see how long I can get this chain going for. If you can go for 90 days and you go 180 conversations of sales over 90 days, trust me, business blowing up. Challenge yourself. Make it a game. And when you break the chain, beat that and make that a game. Because if we can make business a game, if we can make it fun, we enjoy the journey and the outcome is a byproduct of the struggle. That's what it has to be. So, the inspiration gap is kind of bullshit, guys. You just got to do what you said you got to do. Make it a game. Don't break the chain.
Is it something you do, Travis, in that?
Yeah, I started it last year as far as the same thing. So it's just like start a chain, get it moving. Like you're not the best every single day though. So like there'll be like, oh, okay, I did 6 and I lost on the 7th. Okay, I'll start again. And you just want to try and keep getting better. And like you don't get hard on yourself. If you break the chain, it's like, don't go, oh, you're the worst person ever. Because we have enough self-hate in society already. It's like, oh, I broke the chain today. Like tomorrow is a new day, okay? Or today is a new day. If I broke it yesterday, I get to start the chain again today, and I get to try and beat my last result. That's what it's all about, right? It's just constant, this constant internal battle about becoming the better version of yourself. And if we can do that, don't worry about the competition. Just show up today, better today version of you than you were yesterday. And that's, the inspiration is doing it. I think the biggest thing is the gym, right? I always use this analogy for people like, you don't want to go to the gym, okay? You're like, oh, I don't want to do this, oh, so tired and all the rest of it. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, I tell people, even when you're tired, just do the first 5 minutes. Okay, you're driving there, or you don't want to go, just do the first 5 minutes. Because you know they get to the gym, they do the first 5 minutes, they start moving and feeling good. I'm like, if you don't want to keep going after 5 minutes, go home, all right? For sure, probably some people do go home after 5 minutes, but I would say 95% of the people, they're like, I'm here, I'm moving, I'm starting to sweat, I'm feeling good. Like, inspiration, guys, it's not that you don't feel like doing it. Once you start going, you do feel like doing it. You just don't feel like starting. So you just go, I just got to do 5 minutes. You have to get in the flow. So you just got to start 5 or start 10. And then when you get it moving, you get in the rhythm, just get it going. You could do it yourself. If I don't feel like working today, I'm just going to do 1 Pomodoro, okay? 1 Pomodoro of education. A Pomodoro, when we look at productivity, is a 20-minute interval. So it's like I work for 20 minutes, I'm going to give them 5 minutes rest. Work for 20 minutes, 5 minutes rest. So that's a Pomodoro. Our brain works in 90-minute meridians. So really can't work longer than 90 minutes at a time anyway on education. Work for 90 minutes, got to get up, walk around the oval, come back down, work for 90 minutes because I need to give my brain a rest. So with this, I need to 20 minutes, 5-minute rest. It's a male brain. So with this, guys, so I go, okay, again, a game. I'm very competitive with myself. I'm like, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to read for 20 minutes right now if I don't feel like reading. I'm going to see how many pages I can read in this 20 minutes. Okay, and if I don't feel like reading at the end of this 20 minutes, I won't read anymore. I'll tell you what, I'll get through like 10 pages because I made it a game. And we're like, shit, there's some cool information in here. All of a sudden, I feel like reading. Because I just got through the hump of the fake inspiration by forcing myself to get started. The comparison gap, others are better than me. Others are always going to be better than you. They are. Because every athlete was once an amateur. I don't care where you are on the amateur to athlete, but Just by getting started, you're a success. Becoming the athlete is a byproduct of the success of getting started. It's just repeated action that is success. So it doesn't matter where you are on the journey, someone's always going to be further ahead than you. Don't worry about them. Worry about you, and worry about you showing up today better than you did yesterday. That's it. You compare yourself to yourself yesterday. That's the only person that matters. Do what the honey badger would do. Don't give a fuck. Has anyone ever watched the honey badger YouTube video? I will make you all watch it before you leave today. You'll be like, that's why a honey badger doesn't give a fuck, okay? He's actually quite funny, the YouTube. Everyone will laugh. Expectation gap. I thought it was going to be easier than this. Like, honestly, you can't think that being a business owner is easier than this. You have a 4% chance of survival. So you're going into it knowing that most people fail, right? You can't go, this is going to be easy. I'm going to crush this. Then you are 100% naive, okay? Like, being a business owner is like the hardest thing ever. That's why I call it the modern day gladiator. Because you've got so much to deal with. There's like sales pressures, there's marketing pressures, people get paid when you don't get paid, then they don't do their job and you have to use emotional intelligence to not get annoyed at them. You have to lead them better. Help them understand they're not doing their jobs without strangling them at the same time, right? You literally have to understand that you must drop all expectations if you're a business owner. All expectations dropped. You set goals, okay? You do set goals, 100%, and you do set the criteria and do what you said you were going to do to get the goal, okay? This is your job KPI. I hope you do it, but drop expectations on people, okay? Because yes, you got to take extreme ownership and go, yep, if you're not doing your job, I didn't serve you well enough, I didn't keep you accountable enough, I didn't skill you up enough, so you got to take that on, give them that 30-day feedback, make sure you essentially address them a little bit more, give them a default diary, skill them up higher, 30-day feedback again, no better, get out of the business, find someone to replace you. Like, we need to start firing faster and hiring slower. Like, it's not the other way around. So with this, guys, the expectation gap, I'll tell you what the expectation is, have the opposite, okay? Every staff member will let you down if you don't serve them well enough, and business is going to be fucking hard. Have that expectation, because that will live up to it every single day. And then when they over-deliver on that expectation, you're like, yes, staff member crushed it today. I had an expectation they didn't, they actually crushed it. Or today business wasn't hard. Like, I made like 4 sales. Didn't expect that, I only had 1 on the belt. And it's like, bang, pat myself on the back. Stop expecting the best, and when you get hit below the belt, you drop and you hold your fears in the corner and you cry like a baby. Like, that's what happens. It's like, oh my God, business isn't okay for me today. And so many business owners go and stand in the corner with their problems for a week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. For as long as you stand there with your problems, as long as you get to keep them. The faster you push through mistakes, okay, the faster you get to the result. So no one cares about your problems. They don't. They're your problems. They got their own they're dealing with. Everyone's problems are relative, okay? So your problems aren't bigger to them. Their problems are big to themselves. So your problems aren't any different. So don't talk about your problems. Expect problems. Overcome problems. Move to the next thing. So when we look at this, making the transition to intentional growth. You got to ask the big question, like, where do you want to go? Like, I hammer goal setting because it is the most crucial thing in business. I hammer it every day. Goal set about everything. Goal set about essentially how long it's going to take you to write that copy. Goal set on how long it's going to take you to make that sales call. Goal set on how many conversations you're going to have today to make the sales. 3 conversations today. I have to have 15 conversations a week, not 15 sales calls where they don't answer. I must have 15 conversations a week, because then that's called deliberate practice, not practice. It's too much practice, not enough deliberate practice. You know, when I'm pretty sure it's Kobe Bryant. I won't bastardize this. Kobe Bryant would turn up before everyone started training, and he wouldn't take 500 shots, he would sink 500 shots. What's the difference between taking 500 shots and making 500 shots? Yeah, exactly. It's a big difference, guys. Because if I took 500 and I missed 250, right, I'm not actually I'm losing literally 500 points there, but at the same time, I'm not getting my skill refined because I missed as many as I got. But if I make 500 shots every single day, I'm refining a skill. It is deliberate practice with an outcome. We have to stop practicing in business and start utilizing deliberate practice in business. I must have not, I'm going to call the leads. No, I must have 3 sales conversations today. Don't attach it to the outcome of how many sales you're going to get. Nope, I need 3 sales conversations today because you might suck at sales right now, okay? And you might sell none of them. I don't care if you sell none of them right now. Feedback loop, I suck at sales. Go back to the other slide. Google how to get better at sales, right? It's just a feedback loop, guys. But for yourself, if you don't essentially have a daily outcome gap, so I had 3 sales conversations yesterday, I didn't make any sales. Now I have fear in my mind, I have doubt in my mind when I turn up the next day. I don't have the 3 sales conversations today because yesterday I sucked at sales. My state goes down, the stories I tell myself, I can't get sales, no one wants to buy from me, my offer's shit. All of a sudden I'm like, I don't even want to make a call today, but I might make a call. I make a call while sitting down instead of standing up, so my state's even worse. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, this is the program. They're like, no, I don't want that. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you're shit, if you put yourself in a shitty state, the strategy is going to be implemented really shitty. So if you attach yourself to the outcome as I'm crushing sales, it's not a positive way to live your life. You got to attach your outcome to essentially I'm going to have 2 sales calls every single day. And then, yeah, for sure, attach yourself to the outcome as like I want to get to 50% conversion. Right now, what am I at? Oh, I'm at 33%. Where's it breaking down? Analyze. Oh, it's breaking down the rapport. Okay, over the next week, I'm going to work a rapport whilst deliberate practice, having my 2 conversations every single day. Next week, 50% close. Fantastic. But guys, the faster the iterations, the faster the success. Do it now. Later, never happens. It's like people say, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Then Monday never comes. Monday turns into someday. Okay, so with this, now is the time to do everything and anything. And anything, it's not the time to just go to the toilet or have a coffee. So with this, guys, face the fear factor. Okay, with this, inside your comfort zone, okay, your business can only grow, again, as far as you will let it grow. But with growth comes moving outside your comfort zone. So currently, okay, if you're making $500,000, you have a comfort zone of $500,000. You need a different level of comfort zone to make $1 million. You need a different level of comfort zone to make $10 million. Like, it's just a different level of comfort zone. You have different conversations. You have different money spent. It's a different comfort zone. In January, we spent $100,000 on marketing for RBT. It's just a different comfort zone. But that's okay, because I'll take the risk because the reward is great. Like when I was first, we talk about crucial conversations, a little bit, different levels of leader. My comfort zone when I had one gym was different. My comfort zone when I started, when I was a personal trainer in Fitness First in 2001, my comfort zone was so small, right? I had so much fear, okay? When I tried to sell people, I'll be like, I do a free session and I'll be like, enjoy that. And I'll be like, walk away. I'll be like, I hope they call me. They're never going to call, probably didn't even have my number. How are they going to call me? I had so much fear, it held me back because I feared rejection. Because all of us fear rejection on this certain level. We have to get rid of the fear, embrace the excitement, and ask for the sale because that expands our comfort zone. Comfort zone here, this is the goal, make the sale. You must bridge the gap with excitement. The possibility bridges that gap. The possibility of a better outcome, a better tomorrow. So all of a sudden, expand the gap, making sales, fantastic. Then have a little team. And I was like, I hate crucial conversations because I don't like people not liking me, okay? I had this big thing about everyone like me. It's like mummy issues, right? It happens. Everyone has mummy or daddy issues. It's okay. So with this, right, I had these issues. I wanted people to like me all the time. So in saying that, I didn't want to have crucial conversations. So they didn't do the right thing. I'd be like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'll work harder. Then they think it's okay not to do the right thing. So they do the wrong thing even more. We get less and less productive, okay? They like me because I keep no one accountable. Okay, my business is sinking. Okay, and I'm working harder than I've ever worked before because I couldn't expand my comfort zone to allow crucial conversations to become a level 3 leader and actually get production happening inside my business. I need to expand my comfort zone. It's okay to actually talk to people and go, what you're doing right now is not okay. This is our core values. You aren't in line. I need you to come this way. Or your skill level is here right now. I need you to be here. It's not okay. I need you to bump up in the next 30 days because I see more potential in you. So I need to expand my comfort zone to allow me to have this conversation. People respect you for the conversation. They don't hate you for the conversation. They hate you for your conversation if you didn't say anything for 90 days and all of a sudden you're like, I have no money to pay you. Like, you got to leave. Okay, that's when they hate you because they're like, why didn't you tell me? So we fear the unknown and we don't even know the bad thing's going to happen because most of the time it doesn't if you just have the conversation. So all of a sudden, expanding my comfort zone, crucial conversations, business is growing. Then you have the next thing you need to expand. Constant expansion of comfort zones is how you grow businesses. So, face the fear. Change from accidental to intentional growth.
Can you just touch on that?
I can do anything.
So it's interesting that you say accidental growth because I feel that when I first became an entrepreneur, everything I did was sort of accidental.
Yeah,
The minute
most of it
I
is.
got to the point because I'm very right brain, and I sort of felt I've taken it as far as my right brain could take it. I need to get something else in that brain or coaching and everything. That's when all the shit came into it. So
Yeah.
can you give some?
Definitely can. When we look at this, there's identity shifts, okay? I'm not sure where you were, but I'll talk about a couple of things right now. There's identity shifts from a technician to a business operator, from a business operator to a business owner, right? So sometimes I'll be a technician. I'm great at what I do. I should start my own business. Fucking bomb. You should not do that, okay? Just because you're great at what you do doesn't mean you should be a business owner. It's probably the stupidest thing, okay? Because all of a sudden you have to learn a brand new craft. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you can sell that or market that or do the cash flow or be productive because now you're on your time and no one else is making you productive, okay? So it's like, okay, I need to learn a new craft, okay, which is being a business owner. Some people struggle from moving from identity of technician to business operator, not business owner yet. Because if you're in your business, you're a business operator, not a business owner. Okay, so now I'm operating my business. Most entrepreneurs suck at business operator. There's a couple that are good. There's a couple, but most suck because we're like, hey, look, there's a fly. We start chasing a fly because we have such distraction with ideas. Okay, I wonder if I put a bow on that fly, I can sell it. Okay, now like this is the entrepreneur, right? So with this, because you suffer distraction so much, you annoy the hell out of your staff. It's like, oh, we're doing this thing right now really good. We're making these sales. You know what? We're going to flip it on its head. We're going to put this on top and we're going to double the price. I think it's going to be a great strategy. And your staff are like, why did you just change everything on me? I just learned this. And they start getting really frustrated. Okay, and that's what happens with an entrepreneur who's a manager. You keep changing shit on your staff. They're your staff because they're not an entrepreneur. They're your staff because they want certainty. They're your staff because they want to work for someone with stability. They don't want uncertainty. That's not a human need. Certainty is a human need, and you're giving them uncertainty. So that's why most entrepreneurs suck as business operators or business as managers because you are the opposite of stable. Okay? You literally have, I think it's like the 11 of the 13 traits of bipolar. Okay? You are all over the shop every single day. Okay? And by 9 a.m. you're up, and by 4 p.m. you're like, oh my God, we made no sales. I feel like sitting under the desk. Okay? And then by like 7 p.m. a sale came through like, oh my God, this was the best day ever. They're like, oh my gosh, you were seriously next level. But that's okay. You know, first you have to admit you have a problem, then you can move past it. So with that, you need to move to a business owner. And like, yeah, like I said, some people can be a manager. Brennan, you're probably not one of them. But with that, well, like entrepreneurs, like we're really emotional as well. Like in general, we're emotional because we're super passionate. We're so passionate. We let the emotion side of the passion get the best of us at times. So you don't do it out of malice. You're just an emotional person because you're in this industry, whatever industry you're in, because I just really love it. And if you're not doing it right, it kind of frustrates me, all right? But you have to understand your own emotional intelligence. If you can't increase the stimulus to response and choose the correct emotion as a manager, you suck as a manager, okay? Because they can read it on your face even if you're not saying anything. So with this, you have to go, okay, step one, I need to make less money and hire a manager and my business will grow faster, and I need to be a business owner and talk to the manager, okay? That's really it. As the business owner and not the business operator, I can still help with the marketing, I can still help with the sales, okay? I can still help with the leadership because I'm not in the day-to-day frustrating the F out of my staff. Truly trying to make a conscious effort to swear less. With this, so with that, like you're removed enough to serve, okay, at a deeper level, because an entrepreneur who's a manager is getting tied down and frustrated, okay? So with this, you hire a manager and now you have to serve the manager. The identity shift from technician to owner isn't that hard because now you can start serving, start learning, and start growing again, okay? The identity shift to manager is the hardest one because we keep trying to push back into a technician because we think we're better than our technicians, okay? You gotta let the ego go, okay? You have to be a bit humble and let them do their thing. So with this, it could have been an identity shift. It might not be. I'll get to the point, just a tangent, thought that was crucial. So it's understanding your identity shifts and understanding what you're best serviced at, because you go, you know what? I'm a really good technician. I can still own the business, hire a manager above me, and just do the technical work, and they can keep me in line. That's fine as well. You can do that. There's no rules. It's your business. You get to make the rules, okay? So yep, you manage me, make sure I hit my tasks. I'll do the technical work. You make sure this business runs really well. Now, you might go, you know what? I want to be the manager. I can help you with that, but I'm not a good manager myself, okay? Or you can move to the business owner. You can still love the technical skills because you're still passionate. You can still essentially serve your staff. You can still serve your clients with content and education. You can still get your passion that use your industry with knowledge and education yourself so you can grow and contribute. So that's why I think if you can skip technician to a business owner, it's probably one of the crucial things that you can do as a business owner, because it will allow you less bottlenecks. Because the longer you're an operator, the more bottlenecks you'll have, because you create excuses. We lie to ourselves every single day. The leads weren't good or whatever it is. We're just not productive because what happens if you read the book Flow, right? There's this axis. If I go like this and across, there's like time and there's like skill level, okay? The book Flow is a good book. And if I look over here, it's challenge and skill level. If the skill level's too high, it's the other way around, challenge, skill level. If the challenge is too high for my skill level, it causes me anxiety, okay? And I don't act. I don't put up the Facebook ad because it causes me anxiety, and then anxiety leads to procrastination, okay? So I don't put up the ad because it causes me anxiety to put up the ad because I want to be perfect. If I'm not perfect, I don't want to do it, right? And the opposite side of flow, right? If my skill level is too high, okay, my skill level is too high and the challenge is too low, all of a sudden it creates boredom. Boredom leads to procrastination. Management for most entrepreneurs is fucking boring, okay? It's Groundhog Day. Turn up, manage, do the same thing. Turn up, manage, do the same thing. It leads to boredom, so you procrastinate every single day. Don't do the tasks that need to be done, okay? You start flickering over here, focusing on other shit. The business doesn't grow how it should. Whereas if you meet your challenge with the skill level, you're in flow, you're in flight, you've got momentum, you start to grow. That's why getting a management lets you to do things you truly love, and you can stay in flow serving, because all we want to do is change the world with whatever we do, right? But if we're stuck managing, we feel like we're not serving the world on a deep enough basis. So making sure you have the clear identity of what you need to own, okay, inside that. And the rest of the question was?
Now that you sort of mentioned everything that I am, and
Yes.
what I am, so I'm at that, the manager type of
Yeah. So that's the problem.
no need to deal with
Yeah.
the manager and telling everyone else,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm not interested,"
Yeah.
so I'm right there. But the other problem I have in regards to that is similar to, I'm learning all this stuff, but I'm not the one who needs to do this stuff.
Yeah.
It's my staff. So my staff need to learn it, but if they don't learn it and do it properly and I don't know, then I'm in a bit of a quandary. So that's another place where
So again, this is what it comes down to, right? It always comes down to money and time. Okay, I said this earlier, right? You have all the money, okay? You can buy the course for your staff, or you can buy the experienced staff. Sometimes, like, they say that true success, like all true business success, is bought, okay? So true business success is bought. This is what you have to understand. You buy knowledge. You're buying knowledge with Think Tank right now. So you're buying success. You can buy success with employees as well. So you can buy knowledge to get my success faster, or I can buy employees with knowledge to get my success faster. If I don't have money, I need time, okay? That's why it's patience is also get success. So you need to be patient long enough to have enough money to then buy success, and then to be patient long enough to actually achieve success, which is why it's like 10 years. It's like, why it's not putting up an Instagram post and, oh, I'm successful now, okay? You might have a couple of quick wins with some good ads, but unless you can replicate that over a 10-year period of time, it's not success, it's a tactic. Then you'll be on to the next tactic and the next tactic and the next tactic. So you need to harness patience whilst trying to save money to buy the right people at the right time. And that's why your business might outgrow some people. And it's like, I bought you to get us to here. I no longer need you. I need to buy the next version of you, the 2.0, okay? You can go and sit at that business over there, not mine, this person over there. They need you now. Serve them, because you've served me and I appreciate it, but I need someone else to serve me on a deeper basis. And staff members will understand that as well if you come from a place of service, okay? Now, you would sit down with them and I say, I need you to grow first, and if they can't grow, then yeah, let them go. But with that, if you don't have the cash to buy success, it's learning right now. You can go onto Upwork and outsource if you need, but you know the KPIs. Yeah, leads for my industry, I should get a 10% conversion and I should get $2 clicks. Leads should be 20 bucks. I know this because I have the knowledge right now of this. If the leads aren't 20 bucks, you're doing it wrong. That's my expectation. Not meet my expectation, next person, next person, next person. I know the expectation I want, okay, for this because I am educated enough to understand what it should be. Sales should convert at this, should be 33%. Why? Because I know it should be, because I've done it. I did it at 50, you should do it at 33. I'm not asking you to do my expectations. I'm dropping the bar 17%. That's your expectation as far as the sales conversion. I'll work with you to get there. If you can't get there, I need to find someone else who will work with you to get there. Does that make sense? So you need to learn enough to understand what the KPIs should be, what the lead cost should be able to do multifaceted across all the angles of your business, okay? That's why entrepreneurs are like so widely spread with knowledge. We're, a master of many things, okay? But once you understand the KPIs, buy the master of that thing. It's like I'm buying by the ultimate salesperson. I'm going to buy the ultimate marketing person, okay? And all of a sudden, that's when it's like you go from like 4th gear to 5th gear to 6th gear, and it's on you're flying with your car, right? Because you just bought people who excelled. They have mastery. And that's what we all should want to get to. And you're like, oh, TJ, but buying mastery costs money. I only just made my $100,000 profit. Yep, take that $100,000 profit, give it to masters. They'll turn your $100,000 profit over the next year into like $500,000 profit. So again, that's why it comes back to patience. It's not about how much money I can make now or next year or the year after. The first 2-3 years of business is getting the processes down pat, getting the systems down pat, getting us moving. It's a bit of momentum. Then all of a sudden you start making money. You invest that money back into mastery to take your business to the next level, because you never will get it there because you're an entrepreneur and you like shiny shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And that's what's going on now, because I think when I'm talking about the accidental to the next bit is I'm doing everything I can to move myself
amateur athlete, right? Everyone's on the journey. Okay.
The hair's in front of me, but I'm coming,
Yep.
but it's still moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. But I think, like, again, the success is showing up every single day. The success is getting better every single day. If you feel like you're not moving forward at all and you're at a standstill, okay, why? Because we just talked about a seminar, for example, just before. I gave you a tip, you implement that tip next week, you move forward again. Your conversion rate just went up. It's like, cool, I'm still moving forward. As long as you move forward every week or every month, it's like you're just on the journey, guys. And sticking to the journey is the success. The money isn't the success, the journey is the success because that's who you're becoming. That's who you became today, that's who you're becoming next year, that's who you're going to become in 5 years. Like, who is that? That's the success. You became someone amazing who serves society on a deeper level. Money is just a fucking byproduct. Make sense? Does that help anyone? I know I'm talking here, but I know it should help a lot of people at the same time. It's all about personal growth, guys. So, law of the middle, stop comparing yourself, move beyond your limiting beliefs. We all have these limiting beliefs. I was talking to Liam about yesterday. He's done his NLP course. I haven't done NLP, but I believe everyone has so many limiting beliefs, but they're your beliefs. You get to keep them as long as you want, but you have to understand it's a choice to let them go. It's all a choice, right? If you want $1 million business, if you don't have one yet, but if you want $1 million business in the next 6 months, you can have $1 million business. It's a choice, okay? It might be too uncomfortable for a lot of you, but it's still a choice. You chose not to because of whatever. Because making $1 million business is sacrificing time if you don't have money. So you're like, then it's a choice, right? We always have to understand it's a choice first, because when we acknowledge it's a choice, then it gives us the freedom to understand I chose this. We move away from a victim to a victor's mentality. No, I chose not to be a millionaire in the next 6 months. I chose 12 months, or I chose 2 years. If you have kids and you're doing like 200K a year, you know you're probably gonna have to work 14, 15 hours a day to grind it for the next 6 months to put it in place. It's like, no, I'm not choosing to be a millionaire because I wanna be with my kids for the next 6 months. I'm happy to do it in 2 years. And it's like, okay, cool, you made a choice. You don't have a limitation anymore because you chose not to be a millionaire. By saying I can't be a millionaire in 6 months, that's a limiting belief because you can. When you decide that you're choosing not to be one because you're choosing time to spend with your kids instead, okay, that's a power to you, right? Does everyone understand the difference just then? And whether it be spending time with my friends, whether it be spending time on anything, whatever it is, spending money on your house instead of money on your business, not selling your car to put the money into marketing. Like that's all, these are all choices. I don't have money for marketing. Do you own a car? You definitely fucking have money for marketing then. Put it on car sales tomorrow, $10,000 budget, turn it into 20. I don't know if I can get $20,000 back from 10,000 marketing. Fuck, we're gonna make a mistake somewhere. It comes back to before. Like, it's just choices. Sell your car, go all in. You only have 4% chance of survival, so what are you waiting for? Like, I would go all in. What's the worst that's gonna happen? The government gives you houses in this country anyway. You're never gonna be homeless. People live next door to us, they live in like a $3 million property for free. They get paid to live there by the government. Obviously it comes out of their Centrelink, but like it's a great property in Albert Park. So just make sure you get one of those if you fail at business. What are you doing? Go there now. It's the easiest way to get into Albert Park. But guys, as long as we first admit right now, nothing limits us. We're the only thing that limits us. As long as we go, yes, I acknowledge that. It's like, yes, for sure. You're like, oh my gosh, if I say make $1 million by tomorrow, that's a stretch, okay? But there's someone who will make $1 million by tomorrow. So if they can, you can. Take a lot of work, a lot of hustle. Probably, I don't know how you do it, but you probably communicate with a lot of people. Like I've had to make 100K in a day before. I've had to do it. We do 200K, 300K every week now with RBT. Like I do that. I never did it before, okay? But that would have been a limiting belief to me back then, that I could do what I'm doing. But by understanding that anything is possible and we only essentially limit ourselves is the key to movement forward in life. Add value to others. Look at the mirror. Every single day. How can I grow? How can I share? How can I grow? How can I share? So growth and contribution every single day. Only thing you need. You must grow and serve your staff. You must grow and serve society. You must grow and serve yourself. That's it. If you serve yourself, serve your staff, serve your clients, serve society, 4 levels every day, you'll go one of the 1%, you go one of the 2%. I need a clock. Sheree, can you give me like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes? 20 minutes. Okay, there's no way I'm going to be done in 20 minutes. We are not having lunch today, guys. This is like 3 slides in. So, of like an 80 slide deck. I know, but hey. With this, guys, add value. Do the right thing. Even when it's not the right thing. Okay? There's always a time when you do the right thing, even when it's not the right thing. Like, it's so crucial to understand this, guys. Whether it be, it's probably not the right thing to sell my car and put that $20,000 into marketing or $10,000 into marketing, but you know it's the right thing. Society doesn't say it's the right thing. Society says you're a maniac, okay? But you know it's the right thing. So it's like, do the right thing as far as your intuition. Okay, that's the crucial thing. Your intuition knows best. Practice small discipline daily in specific areas. Don't break the chain. We talked about this already. So crucial. Discipline. It's just discipline action. That's success in anything in life. Make money, better business, better body, better relationship. Like, it's simple. Don't say stupid shit. Don't eat stupid shit, essentially. Go and train, right? Super simple. What? 100%. That's why I don't say stupid shit. So it's like then with your business, it's just like serve. Like those are those 4 things. Anything impossible, right? Just discipline on those actions. Choosing the correct emotions. Celebrate small victories. There is Dan Sullivan. He's in Canada. He's a strategic coach. He's a business coach. He talks about the unfulfillment gap. Okay, and it's so bad with this for a while there, where I have these goals and I keep shifting these goals. This is an entrepreneur thing. The goals are on the horizon, right? And I feel like I'm trying to chase these goals. They're on the horizon. And it's like, okay, I want to open 1 gym. And when I had 1, I wanted 4. I haven't got 4 yet. I wanted 10. I haven't got 10. I wanted 20, right? Now it's like 80, okay? It's like I just keep shifting it before we even hit it. I shift my goals. I kept shifting my goals. And I started waking up every single morning feeling like I was unfulfilled and a failure, because I was never reaching my goals. Before I achieved my goals, I would shift my goals, so I would always be a failure at my goals. And that's an entrepreneurial thing. So we feel like we're losers every single day. We feel like we're spinning our wheels. We feel like we're not getting ahead even when we're getting ahead. So instead, every single 90 days, we must look back, and this void of unfulfillment is chasing the horizon. You never get there. You never get to that sunset. If you chase it, you're going to be just running the world, right? I like to see someone with that endurance, but you just never get there. So you're chasing the unattainable. So we must have a goal every 90 days, look back, pat yourself on the back on how you've went well. It might not even be sales. It might be you got better at sales. It might be you got better at leadership. It might be you got better at serving society. It's not always monetary wins. It's just wins. Like, if you start, like we look at the reticular activating system, right? If you start seeing wins, okay, and you start acknowledging them every day. So it's gratitude. We always talk about gratitude all the time. 3 gratitude posts in the morning, 3 things I was grateful for today. My reticular activating system, start seeing gratitude everywhere. I become a happier person, which is amazing. Who's a female here that's been to the races? Ever put your hand up? You girls have been to the races before. You've never been to a race. You have. You don't like it. But have you ever been to a race? Who is a female here that's ever wear a dress at a wedding? Okay, there we go. Now, if it was a big wedding, it might be a big Italian wedding, or you've gone out and you can see a female wearing the same dress on the side of Koirai. You're like, oh my God, they're wearing the same dress as me. Who's ever been in an outing where they're saying someone is wearing the same dress? And you see it out of the corner, no one else is looking, and you can say, oh, they're behind me. Hey, did you see that dress behind you? I can feel it, right? You have a heightened sense of awareness, right? It's your reticular activating system. Who's ever bought a new car and all of a sudden you've seen that new car everywhere? Like, motherfuckers, I thought I was the only one driving this car. And now they're like everywhere. I was like, now I feel like I'm like everyone else. This is your reticular activating system. It's kicking up. It's heightened. The reason why we do gratitude in the morning and do gratitude at night is all of a sudden we start seeing gratitude everywhere. We have this heightened awareness of gratitude. If you have a heightened awareness of gratitude, where's your state? Is it high or is it low? It's high because now you're positive. If you're positive, are you actually more productive? 100%. Do you start choosing better emotions? Yes, you do. If you're choosing these wins and you acknowledge wins every single day, do you start getting more wins? Yes. So guys, celebrate the wins daily, celebrate the wins weekly, celebrate the wins every 30 days and every 90 days, because the more you acknowledge your wins, the more wins you get, because we talk enough shit about ourselves in our head every single day. It's the time to start talking better about ourselves every single day. Embrace a positive vision for your life based on what you value. Pause. Law of reflection is so crucial. You must reflect. If you don't reflect every day, you're doing it wrong. Like I say to my staff members, like I don't have too many conversations anymore, which is probably a good thing. Entrepreneur, that's why. It's not that I don't like people. Kind of like that, but like I'm an introvert at heart. It drains me talking, okay? So I like as few conversations in a day as possible. I like a lot of my own time. But with this, I reflect every single day. So say I have 5 conversations today with these 5 staff members. I'll go, yeah, I talked to X, Y, Z. And at the end of the day, I'm like, did they leave the conversation better from being with me than without me? Did I serve them on a deeper level today? And if I answer no, I reflect on every conversation. If I say no, I'm like, shit, I didn't serve them today. That's a notch against me. I want to serve every single person I talk to on a level that they leave feeling better for communicating with me. If you can reflect on how well you serve everyone you interact with, might be 20 people. Do it for half an hour at night time. It's like, okay, I didn't serve that. I'm going to make up. I'm going to serve them better tomorrow. I'm going to make up. I'm going to serve deeper to society. Those clients, I'm going to serve them better. I'm going to serve them harder. I'm going to give them more information. I'm going to make their life even more positive. I'm going to make my aura make feel like they want to be around me. When someone with a great aura who serves greatly, they walk into a room, you don't even need to know. You can't see them walk in the room, but you can feel them walk into the room. That's their passion. Because that's infectious. People want to be around infectious people because they give them hope that tomorrow is going to be better than today. That's why they turn up to work, because you make them believe in something better. If you don't reflect, going, did I deliver hope today? Did I serve today? If you don't reflect on that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose business. Reflection is key. It turns your experiences tomorrow. It makes you better today. It makes you better tomorrow. It makes you better the next day. And you constantly keep reflecting using that Kaizen philosophy. 1% better every week. 1% better. If I serve 1% better, serve 1% better. That's it. Everyone needs a time and a place. You need to have a gratitude journal. Mindfulness, guys, is so crucial, right? It's not typing on your laptop. It's getting a pen or a pencil, getting a journal, because we all know that that takes us from, we don't all know this, but it takes you from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state. It takes you from stressed to unstressed. The last thing at night is you want essentially your TV or your phone or your laptop in your eyes, because it makes you tired and wired. It keeps you up. Get a pen, get a journal, reflect. How did I serve today? How did I serve this person, this person, this person? Did I deliver hope today? This person, this person, this person. Or am I going to do better tomorrow? This. And all of a sudden you wake up tomorrow and you do it. And you have a place in your house that you do it. Pausing with intention expands and enriches your thinking. And when you take time to pause, you investigate, you incubate, you illuminate, and you illustrate. Investigate. Why didn't I serve that conversation today on a deep enough level? I'm like, write down the 3 things. I'll incubate these ideas. Maybe it's one of these 3 possibilities. Maybe they didn't hit their outcomes and I was a bit frustrated at them. Maybe I was a low state. Maybe I didn't know. So I'll write these 3 possibilities down when I'm incubating the ideas, and I'll illuminate the right one. I'm like, that one. That's the reason why I wasn't serving them best enough. And I'll be like, okay, I need to illustrate a way, so next time I see them, I serve them on a deeper level. Making you uncomfortable right now? Yeah. Okay, nice. So I'll illustrate a way where I can serve them better next time. By doing that 4I situation, it makes us better through reflection. Because now, in our subconscious mind, we've uncovered a way to become better. So when we're presented with that situation next time, we'll pull that up with memory recall and we'll serve on a deeper level. Without reflection, you never will. So the law of reflection, guys. 7 personal awareness questions. What is my biggest asset? What is my biggest liability? What is my best habit? What is most fulfilling to me? What is my most worthwhile emotion? What is my least worthwhile emotion? Guys, as Viktor Frankl would say, right? You have the power to choose your emotions, and the emotion that you choose lies somewhere in between stimulus and response. You choose to expand that gap between stimulus and response, and through expansion gives you the power to choose the correct emotion. So if someone frustrates you, count in your head, 3, 2, 1. That's you expanding the gap. Don't come back and be negative. Empathize with them. If they are frustrating you, empathize with them. Understand, where are they coming from? Think in your head. Why are they coming from like that? What's happening in their home life? Maybe they are in a negative state. That's why they're coming at you like this. Liv does it really well with me. When I have long days, she's like, you're just in a negative state right now. I'm not conversing with you anymore. And then we'll pick it up later. But with this, guys, the ability to expand stimulus to response gives you the ability to choose a better quality emotion. Does this make sense? Cool. So, law of consistency. How you grow in consistency, right? Super crucial. So, do you know where you need to improve? Do you know? Is it choosing better emotions? Is it choosing better marketing? Is it choosing better anything? Do you know how you were supposed to improve? That's why reflection. Okay, right now, from 1 to 10, where am I in marketing? Can I get leads on demand? They're the best leads in the world. I can get 100 this week, 10. I can get 10 leads, and they have no idea who I am, and they thought they opted in for a dishwasher. Okay, like -3. So with this, guys, you lay somewhere in between -3 and 10. Where do you land? Write a sentence on why you land at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go, in 30 days, I want to get from 4 to 5. What's that look like? Write a sentence on what it looks like now. So now you have complete clarity on where you are and where you want to be. Then you write the procedures over the next 30 days. What am I going to do? And set deadlines. 10 things over 30 days, this thing every 3 days. And all of a sudden I have a process. The only thing that's going to stop you is if you don't do what you said you're going to do, which is one of the most crucial things. If you do what you said you're going to do, you're actually going to get consistency and you're going to grow. So you do know why you want to keep improving. If you don't have a why attached to it, that's why businesses based on your passion are so crucial, because if you only have a 4% chance of survival and you're not passionate about it, when it's tough, you're like, yeah, find something else. You've got to be passionate because it's going to be tough. So you've got to know why you want to keep improving. And then, do you know when you are supposed to improve? So do you know the KPIs that we were talking about before? Do you know that this is the benchmark I've got to get to? This is where I'm at. Because if you know the actual KPI that I need to get to, now you have, again, a trajectory. It's not made up. This is the stats. This is where I am. How do I get there? So that's the keys of consistency. Law of tension. There's so much benefits of tension. with this, so few people want to stretch. So few people. So you think about attention, this is your comfort zone. Comfort zone is here, right? Everything you want in life is out here, okay? This is a rubber band. I've got to put the rubber band outside everything I want in life. You are fucking stretched, okay? You are stretched. Being stretched is uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. But achieving the 2% or the 1% is really uncomfortable. If you don't feel stretched right now, you aren't outside your comfort zone. And that's the problem that's holding you back. You are the bottleneck. You must be stretched. Few people want to feel uncomfortable. The people who are the business owners must be uncomfortable every single day. You settle for the status quo. Entrepreneurs don't settle for the status quo. The status quo is mediocrity. You didn't start a business for mediocrity, but frustration over time allows you to go, oh, maybe it's okay. So now you justify. You're like, oh, maybe I don't want that life. Maybe I don't want that car. Maybe I don't want that holiday. Maybe I don't want that money. You start to justify your life because it's pretty hard. It's like, no, you just need to stretch. That's what you can do. It's been hard for 5 years though, TJ. I was like, okay, do it for another year. Focus on the other growth aspects. Maybe you didn't know how to grow or where to grow or what to grow. Now you've got KPIs. You've got new knowledge. Today you're better than you were yesterday. Let's do the next year. And it's like, okay, cool, I grew a little bit. Or it's like, I didn't grow again. Okay, that's okay. You've grown more up here, your personal growth this year. Let's go again and again. And if you stay consistent over 5 years, over 6 years, over 7 years, over 10 years, you break through. That's when it happens. When you serve consistently with passion over time, that's when breakthroughs happen. Just most people don't serve for long enough. They want a quick tactic to make a quick buck today. They don't want to serve with pure passion to change the world tomorrow. So, stretching always starts from the inside out. You've got to challenge yourself. You've got to question yourself. You've got to ask yourself, why am I only doing this? What current limitations or limiting beliefs are stopping me and holding me back? Reflection is crucial to stretch. Stretching requires change. It requires more from you, more of you. It sets you apart from everyone else. People will question you. People will go, you're obsessed. What are you doing this for? Because I'm obsessed because I only have a 4% chance of survival. I have to be obsessed. If I'm not, I'm going to lose. I'd probably lose everything. So I must be obsessed. Stretching can become a lifestyle. You chose to stretch. You're an entrepreneur. Embrace it. Don't hide from it. You're always going to be a little bit stressed. You're always going to be pushed a little bit harder. You're always going to have a lot on your plate. It's choosing the right emotion that allows you to get through it. The benefits is, how to increase your thinking capacity when we're looking at expansion. Stop thinking more work and start thinking what works. Remember, 80-20 principle, guys. 20% of what you do gives you 80% of the result. 20% of that gives you 80% of that result. 4% of what everything you do gives you 64% of the result. Start focusing on the 4%. So 4% of client interaction gets them 64% of their results. 4% of your marketing efforts gives you 64% of your results. Literally, we're doing a 12 and 12, right? We're doing a 12 and 12 marketing strategy with Matthew a couple of weeks ago. We marketed it, put like a video ad up. It was like no leads, like $100 spent. Like, fuck, okay. I'm literally trying to give people clients. Why do people not want my clients? And so we're okay, we'll put up maybe it was a video ad next, and we marketed it for $50 or $56. We got one lead. I was like, that did not work either. I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm gonna do a live on Facebook. Chucked a live on Facebook. My Facebook algorithm is like down the toilet right now, my personal Facebook one. Facebook changes, you can't help that. Like I literally used to have a post, a status, okay? And I sold like 4 Bali retreats like the year before last. Made like $60,000, $70,000 of a status of my personal. I got 5,000 friends, like 7,000 or 8,000 followers. It's like 13,000 people there. So I can make sales. I've made millions of dollars of coaching sales off my personal profile. I post a video now, it gets like 100 views. It's like, Thanks, Facebook, but I don't own their platform. So I'm like, cool, I'll just continue to pay to play, right? So post it. I know that if I say comment below, that it gathers interaction. It starts bumping it up on news feeds, which is like, I'm like, comment below with me, comment below with me. And they're commenting below, we reply back, because I know when we reply back below it, it also bumps it up in the news feed. So I'm trying to keep this post up in the news feed as high as I can, right? And all of a sudden we get like 10 people into it. I shared it from my personal page over to my business page. I start marketing it for video views to the right audience. I'm like, just comment below. We'll do the heavy lifting, we'll comment back, we'll pull you into groups, we'll do it again. All of a sudden it dropped it down to like $5 leads. It was like the third iteration in 3 days, okay? And I was like, I had to get to like, screw this, I'm just gonna do it live, I'm gonna market it live, I'm gonna completely change the whole strategy, okay? And that's what got the result. If I sat in the corner for a couple of weeks, we wouldn't have had the 50 leads that we have now in the last 7 days. We have to go turn off the ad, too many leads, okay? So it's like, guys, you gotta focus on the 4% that gives you the 64%. If your personality is that 4%, leverage you. Leverage the 4% in your marketing. Leverage the passion. Leverage your art of communication. Leverage your knowledge. Doesn't always have to be copywriting. Leverage you and your beliefs and why you got into it, because that's what they're buying into. They buy into passion. They want to be around passion. Stop thinking, can I, and start thinking, how can I? Can I make $1 million? And it's like, how can I make $1 million? Big difference. Stop thinking one door and start thinking many doors. And if you can't see a door, just knock the wall down. There's always a way through, guys. Don't let anyone tell you you can't get through. There is always a way through. So with this, guys, won't worry about that. So with this, as the first third of my slides, it is lunchtime. Okay, guys? So I'll cut that off right there. I will deliver. I'll find a time over the next 2 days to finish the rest of my slides. But the first part of leadership is growth, okay, within yourself. And that's why if I get through even a 33% of what I want to get through, if it's about you, that's the main stuff. Because if you embody that, you become a better leader. Guys, I want you to write down for the next 60 seconds the top 2 takeaways from my talk just then. Top 2 takeaways.